This is Dog Talk with Michael J. Solar on BLK9 TV. Michael, dog trainer, author, and the owner of Blue Line Canine Dog Training, will bring you the answers you need, making your life with your dog the best it could be. Now, here he is, Michael J. Solar with Dog Talk on BLK9 TV.
Hey guys, and welcome to Dog Talk. As always, I love to start off with a little bit of gratitude, so I want to say thank you for liking, loving, sharing, and subscribing, giving us a thumbs up on YouTube and across the way, sharing with all your friends, and making sure Dog Talk is this show that keeps going out there to get the information out. We are building a huge community of dog lovers for dog lovers to get people in our community to like, love, and share. So as you guys have heard in previous episodes, I am out there traveling in this big RV. That's right, as they say, it is out there. It's loud, it's proud. But we are going out there traveling across the USA, getting all these different things. And today's episode, we are in Cape May County, New Jersey with Mr. Russel Norcross, who is going to be releasing a huge secret with all of the people around that are going to now be watching, because as you guys are listening, you might not be able to see, but if you are watching on YouTube or Facebook right now, you could probably see on his shirt it's saying "Sit Happens." That's right. Russ is a retired police canine handler instructor, and I just have to say it, bloodhound expert. This guy is the man, the myth, the legend when it comes down to knowledge, and it is one of the greatest honors that I take the man with the still face and have to make him loosen up here as we are enjoying a few drinks. I'm getting my cheer wine and rum from the Instill Distilling Company down in Clayton, North Carolina, as you remember in previous episodes, or my guest appearance on Drinking Bros Tailgate podcast. Russ is enjoying one of his favorite beers, and here's the crazy and awesomest thing in the world is Russell will be joining us in the Blue Line Canine family. That's right, Russ is going to be bringing all of his knowledge and sharing it with all of us here at the Blue Line Canine family, so that way Blue Line Canine and Russ Norcross can be joining forces to offer more information, training, knowledge, and experience to everybody out there from Dog Talk, now New Jersey, Maryland, and Raleigh, North Carolina. As you can see, we are growing little by little, building a community. The culture of community is what we're trying to do here, getting everybody together. So Russ, thank you for having us up here. Thank you for hosting New Jersey, and more importantly, thank you for joining Blue Line. I mean, it's a truly an honor to have you joining us. I know you're just staring at the abyss, man. It's crazy, but we're gonna get Russ a little more relaxed here as he continues to sip on his beer to relax him out a bit. He's nervous about this kind of stuff, but the truth be told, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say it was 4 years ago when we met.
It's 4 years ago, right here in my driveway.
Right here in the driveway, right?
Long story with that, but
it's definitely been an absolute trip. The thing about it is our friendship started, and this is, ladies and gentlemen, no joke. It started, if we had a dedicated camera person, we'd show you, but it started in the driveway, not with this RV, but with a different RV. I should say that a stranger basically called him up and said that he has another stranger to stay in his driveway. And that's how an awesome friendship was born. And since then, you and I have had, I would probably say, almost like high school dating conversations into the midst of the night about dog information, dog and stuff. But what I mean by dating information is, like, if you guys remember back in high school of just essentially talking to that other person on the phone and almost at 2 o'clock in the morning where you're just breathing.
Heavy breathing, giggling.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much how the past 4 years have ended every time me and him have been on the phone. So it's been an awesome friendship growing, an awesome journey. And it is truly an honor for me to have you become a part of the Blue Line Canine community and help us grow this community, because I know with your knowledge, your experience, it's just going to bring us to a whole new tier of education in this marketplace, and getting people to see how much knowledge is out there and showing them that in so many different tiers. So Russ, I have to ask, since the past recent year, your life has been a roller coaster. what are some of the things that you feel that you're really going to be bringing to us, to tell the community what you're bringing to Blue Line Canine, and then we can go from there. Just because I know they're curious, they're like, "Who is this Russ? Why is he? What is he offering the community?" Right. So, what is some of the things that you look like you're going to be bringing into here?
So I mean, for the last 4 years, it's been like just trying to make the shift from what I know with law enforcement, using dogs to find people that are lost, missing, or narcotics, bombs, explosives, and making that transition into the civilian life is at first you think there's such a big disconnect, but really it's dogs, and dogs are just the focal point, and getting a dog to return the investment that you put into them, so you put time into them. You give them attention, they start giving you attention back, and just seeing that grow and reward, and then, what's the potential from there? You start with teaching the dog to sit, teach them to down, and then, you throw a treat out into the grass field and let the dog start to search for it, and now the dog's able to start to use his nose the way that Mother Nature told him to.
Yeah.
And just seeing that it doesn't have to be a police dog, it doesn't have to be a service dog, but just every dog out there has potential to impress you.
Yeah.
And the expectations are much lower. You don't expect your house pet to go out and sweep an event before a concert or something like that. But, just seeing that they have the same potential that every other working dog out there has.
Now, you probably have experienced that recently in the dog community, right? AKC programs, and I'm sure everyone's watching and curious about all these different competitions that are hitting: scent work, dock diving, nose work, training, tracking. These are things that, in law enforcement, we are blessed to do on a daily. Like, we literally do it. It's what our career is, right? And what's amazing is this, ladies and gentlemen. So how we met, not only was I sleeping technically in an RV in his driveway, but Russ was actually an instructor. He was teaching me, and he blew me away with the amount of detailed information about how the dog's nose works. It's not just about, as he's simplifying it by saying throwing a treat in the field and letting the dog find it. Russ, it blew my mind with the amount of detailed information that he was giving me about how the nose works, why it works, the amount of millions of odor that the dog is able to smell, and why it's able to work the way it works. And the craziest thing about it is that after that, me and him had so many debates about civilian dogs versus the working dogs versus how they do things. And now that we're teaming up, he's going to be working with us to not only bring our services here to New Jersey at his location it's Ocean View, right? Is the name of this? Ocean View, New Jersey is where he's going to be based out of. But he'll be serving all of New Jersey, especially the Cape May County, Atlantic County, and I believe it's Cumberland County is the next one over?
Cumberland County.
Cumberland County?
Atlantic County, Cape May County.
Those are the main three that he's going to be servicing. He'll be doing our pack walk, stay and train programs, platinum programs, Canine Country Club. But what's really awesome is that he's also, and this is what I'm really excited about, ladies and gentlemen, Russ is going to be sharing all of his detailed brain to be building the Dog Owner University. That's our online courses, is the Dog Owner University courses. He's going to be expanding that program so you'll be able to learn at home and learn the detailed information that I'm sure you're curious about, is not just that the dog is finding the treat in the grass, but why is the dog capable of doing it? How to counteract it if the dog is getting lazy, the dog's getting tired, dog is getting fatigued. These are the classes that we will be building together to offer you guys throughout the years, which is an amazing thing. When somebody joins the Blue Line K9 team, is that it becomes them. It's them, and they're offering it to you, because we don't just take anybody on. Russ knows that for knowing me for the past few years. I don't just hand this stuff out. We don't just do that kind of stuff. So it's it's a unique thing to have him and Jeff a part of this as we continue to grow, to build the relationships out there between people and their animals. So it's a phenomenal thing. So, Russ, you're up here in Jersey, and you gave me a tour today. We were driving around, we're checking things out, and it's so amazing to see how you've been able to transition from your law enforcement career, helping everybody as the law enforcement officer, canine instructor, handler, sheriff's deputy up here in New Jersey, and now you're out there continuing this, working the relationships, building the community, and where he's at is a very unique and awesome place. So he was showing me different things today, ladies and gentlemen, that literally blew my mind. He has boardwalks, beaches, loud noises, lights, sirens. You're talking about a whole different mass amount of problem solving that comes into dog training that most people don't even come across. A lot of your clientele have to deal with people from different cities, atmospheres. They're coming in from different places. Is that right?
Right. So a lot. Actually, the trend now is that people are coming from the city. They're down here on quarantine. They're utilizing their seasonal house year round, and it really is a difference. It's a contrast difference to what they're used to prior to COVID. That they know that when they go back home to Philly or New York, that the dogs are going to have to transition. It's seasonal here.
Yeah.
So in February, March, April. There's people, but it's not as busy as it is right now. June, July, August, it's very seasonal, touristy. But what they're asking is very similar to my experience with law enforcement, where we might get a dog from a rescue that has a sheltered life where it might know very little from the outside surroundings. So like a trash can might be something new to them that they're not familiar with. But it's just teaching the dog to overcome that, so that that they're not fearful, they're not skittish, they know how to handle it, and the next time you come across that, the dog acts like it's nothing. You know? So and really that's the thing where we as humans, we put up these barriers of like, oh, here's another trash can, my dog's going to be nervous, and it's really that nervous energy is what we have to learn how to deal with, because we're nervous for the dog.
Yeah.
And the dog learned from the last time that it's just a trash can.
Right.
So you just learn, and you let the dog learn and say, all right, that was behind us, we're moving forward. And we really I've taken some serious dogs that had a very sheltered life at a year and a half old, and taught them the world in 12 weeks, and
right.
taught them to not only overcome the challenges, overcome the stressors that are out there, and to stay focused on the task and not worry about the rest. And really that's the same thing on the civilian side, where I say civilian, but it's,
you're in it now.
Yeah, I'm in it.
You're in it. Yeah, you're in that club now
for a few months. So it's just how does it translate? And it really, the dog's the dog. The dog needs to experience it. The dog needs to understand. We need to not hold on to it, right? And wait for the dog to overcome it. And once the dog does, we feel good, the dog feels good, and the next time it's not a big deal.
Right.
And this time of year we can really deal with the crowds, that I can only imagine what Philly's like. I've been there a few times. So I'm not really a city guy.
Right.
But
I don't know. I mean, honestly, looking around today, as you gave me a tour of the county, there's definitely places that I definitely wouldn't say they're the city, but populated, high traffic, lots of foot traffic,
lots of
vehicles,
bikes,
animals, different trash, police cars, fire trucks. There's a lot of things that would be very similar, except for maybe there's no ocean, and or where they're here, there's ocean, and there's skyscrapers where, Philly, New York, upstate New Jersey, there's a lot more of those things. That's your clientele.
You just described is things outside of our control.
Right.
We know it's there. There's we can't predict the next bicycle to go by, or the barking dog, or the trash truck. But guess what? We're in that area that we expect it to happen.
Yeah.
It's been beneficial for a lot of dogs. I think, people are able to make that transition from, hey, I've been in my house for almost a year, to, now we have to venture outside.
Yeah.
It's not a big step. For me, I don't think of it as a big step. And I think the process has been pretty well. It's the dogs have handled it. It's definitely different for the dogs.
Yeah.
But, it's, enrichment for both the owners and the dogs.
Yeah. So a couple of things that we were seeing is, ladies and gentlemen, so as I was here today, we're touring the whole facility and seeing what type of programs he's going to be offering and how he's going to be doing them. And so he's going to be handling, he was able to handle, he'll be having a 5-dog kennel. He'll be able to handle stay-in trains, platinum programs, and the Canine Country Club. He's also going to be doing, yeah, that came out there. He's going to also be doing the pack walks and open training for people that when they finish the program for up to a year, they're able to work with him for free to maintain the education that he provided them and their dog through open training and pack walks. So this is really amazing how in a short period of time, teaming up with us, you're able to make this transition. But I have to tell you guys, this is one of those things where if you're going to be working with Russ, or if you're looking forward to working with Russ or want to work with us, you're going to have to get in there as soon as possible because, again, it's a small operation starting to grow right now. So you want to get in there, schedule your time. Russ is really, really phenomenal trainer up here, and he's based in Ocean View, New Jersey. He's going to be able to handle so many dogs, so many clients, because again, here at Blue Line and Dog Talk, we are all about taking our time with you and making sure you're truly grasping and getting the information and the education necessary to make that complete bond with your dog. Again, our motto here is effective dog training made fun and easy. But so one of the things I could say, and this is just me saying this, is looking at the facility and how it's going to be set up and run. There's a huge game plan that Russ and I have been working on and putting together that you guys are going to absolutely love. Between your dogs doing beach trips, working at the different national parks, it is pretty cool to see this all today and see how your dogs are going to be truly enjoying this trip with him. It's going to be an amazing time. So doing a stay and train with you is going to not only just be here in Ocean View, which he has, 3 acres? 3 acres? Yeah. Oh, man, my eyes are starting to figure this out. A 3-acre training field and kennel facility. And then he's going to be able to take the dogs to different places throughout the county, giving them all those different environmental challenges and desensitizing into it. So when they go home with you, not only are you going to feel confident that you know the information, but you know that your dog got worked in all of these things that you're going to be experiencing on your own. So this is an amazing thing. So it was a very awesome time coming up here and working with you and putting this together. So, I mean, well, now I'm sort of lost with all of this kind of stuff as we continue to sip and relax and enjoy ourselves. So I have to say, the funniest thing I keep thinking, every time I sort of glance over, ladies and gentlemen, I think back to the first time I met Russ sitting in the driveway, literally like 10 feet from where we are recording right now. And this guy just literally being like, yeah, I guess you can plug into the building over there. And then
I didn't know anything about the building. It was,
he had just moved. He recently moved in, and and now we think forward to how much we've had in common, how much we've bonded, and again with the common goal of working with our clientele to get out that community and build these things. So I mean, name a few things that you're looking forward to with the transition from Sit Happens to Blue Line Canine.
Honestly, working with you, thanks.
Thank you.
All the late night phone calls and talks and things like that. Really, Mike's mentored me for probably the last 4 years. So
I would have to say the same about you too.
I'm like lagging behind you in process and life. Just kind of growing my business. Not kind of growing my business.
Growing your business, yeah.
From a hobby to referral based to now, I really looked at it as strangers reaching out to me for things that they needed with their dogs, and it was just like natural transition, So I really do think that this step is a big one, but I think it's just a natural transition. It's just gonna flow pretty nice. What I'm looking forward to is you turn me on to this thing called pack walks, and I just all day long I just constantly thought about it, and it's a great opportunity for people because some people don't want dog parks, and they want to have a structured environment for their dogs, for them to go out and explore different terrain, with like-minded people, So I can tell you that a lot of clients have the same concerns that I don't know what the other dog's thought is. I don't know what the other people's experience are. So if you have a group of people that are like-minded and they they come to the same point, they have some sort of basic training. So now like there's a foundation there. And as a group, you're going to get to know each other. The dog's going to get to know each other, but independently enjoy an activity, And I think it's good because then it gets you out of your community. It gets you out of the box, Like I know coming from law enforcement, we put ourselves in a box of like, this is what we've done in the past, so this is what we're going to do in the future. And now you just keep on recreating that, and you really don't do anything different. So you lose the enrichment. The dog starts to predict behavior. So how many times can you go around your block?
Exactly.
So this is I think going to be a great opportunity for people to get out, explore, maybe a park that they haven't been to before. A different part of the county. And really enjoy it with their dog. And some look forward to it every month.
Yeah, it's going to be a great opportunity. So we're going to I have to tell everybody a little bit of history on this one because I'm sure you're sort of wondering. I cannot take any credit for the pack walk idea or process. That was designed and developed by Teresa Fisher, who is our lead trainer of the Blue Line Canine Training Center in Joppa, Maryland. Teresa has been with the company since 2012. I'm sure I actually didn't tell you this earlier, but Teresa is the one that actually designed the pack walks, mastered it, and figured out how to really master it.
It's
and
a great idea.
Yeah, she has done a phenomenal job with it, and we look forward to seeing it at all of our locations because it's one of those programs that we can honestly tell you from every client that we have had work it, do it, everybody's been able to take dog reactive to dogs, squirrels, cats, you name it, right? Environmental issues. It's been one of those things that the owners have been able to work in a group. They've been able to work with different mental stimulation, physical stimulation while they're there. These are proof dogs that have been trained. They're working with the trainer as well, but they're still working. And recently, it's been about 2 years since Teresa actually started the program, laid it out for everybody. And clientele actually loves it to the point where, I almost feel like they're ready to take it over on themselves. Like they've really just enveloped and made this community so amazing that it really pushes this. It's one of the reasons why Dog Talk was almost started, because we're like, man, look what they've done. Look what they're doing. Look how they're sharing and helping each other, which is what we stand for, and I look forward to seeing you do it here and seeing what's going to be brought into it. Now, one of the places that you're looking at, because we were taking the tour to find that out today, is going to be, what is it called, Dennis Park? Is the one Dennis Rec Park is what it's called? Right. And then the other one was Veterans Memorial Park in, where was that one?
City.
Ocean City. Right. It's not Maryland. Whoever's watching in Maryland, it's not Ocean City, Maryland. It'll be Ocean City, New Jersey, NJ. So I'm going to ask everybody that's watching, listening to tonight's episode to also join the Blue Line Canine Facebook page for New Jersey's location, which is going to be BLK9NJ. That's for Instagram and Facebook. You can go ahead and follow them at BLK9NJ so you can keep up with what Russ is doing up here in New Jersey and how we're going to be always teaming up. Me, myself, Russ, all the locations, all the workers, trainers, we're going to be teaming up throughout the year to come up with different things, work with everybody. So last but not least, I have to bring this up, because this is sort of what actually started all of this year, is going to be the Houndsmen. Is this right? That's the name of them?
The Northeast Houndsmen.
The Northeast Houndsmen, ladies and gentlemen. So, all right, so let me tell you how this all started. So Russ and I, again, been friends for years. We're zooming through that now. The nickname here from his family is I'm Driveway Mike, because the stranger that lived in her driveway for a week was me. So that's how it all started. And I can honestly tell you, the relationship was pretty immediate. I think by the end of the week, I was ready to call him my best friend. So it was like a week later, 2 weeks later. I guess he was still intrigued with me. He came down and stalked me at the Baltimore.
So stalking, no, I went to a public event that you happened to be at.
Yeah,
right?
and
you didn't hide your location.
No, right? I didn't. It was definitely public.
It was public for a few weeks now, and we're a very dog-oriented family. I have 3 personal dogs of my own. One's a retired police dog. I have a Great Dane, and then on the other spectrum, I have a Puggle. It's
I get it.
We're 100% dog.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the truth. So what happened was his police side came in and goes, I think this guy's lying to me for the past week. I'm driving with my wife and daughter as a cover to Baltimore to check it out.
The time of year is February, right? And we always look for things to do. And February, there's nothing to do. So there was what was it called? A pet expo?
Pet expo, yeah. Baltimore Pet Expo, yeah.
And Maryland's not far, so 2 hour plus drive. And yeah, we made the trip out there, and so my first stop was not to Mike's booth. So I walked around quite a bit.
Yeah,
I was
so
like, if I casually
run
into Mike, then it's going to be a coincidence. but I did know you were there. And I did miss your vehicle on the way in, so I was like, Mike's definitely here.
You saw it. It's camouflage. There's no way you saw it. It blends right in.
It popped out. So and then
you got to talk to those rap guys. Apparently, the camo's not doing a good job. Apparently, it's popping out too much.
So then I did text you, and there's no response. So I was like, well, he's a busy guy, And I waited in line to talk to you. So I was like, number 4 in line, and then I was like, this is awkward, kind of weird, but it was one of the things really on the way out. I want to let you know I was on my way out of the event, and I wanted to say goodbye.
Well, I appreciate it. And I think it was.
I wasn't going to stop before because that goodbye was what, an hour.
Yeah,
an hour and a half,
that's every conversation we've ever had. It's never short.
And then I think last time I went there, we walked around. We saw a few.
We walked through the different events and saw things. Yeah, absolutely.
So it was a great time there. My family enjoyed it, and then like normal, I end up talking to somebody for an extended period of time, lose their interest, and then
Yeah. So, well, the nice part is that's how it all started, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're going to fast forward to now. So Russ is now retired from the police department, or the sheriff's office, I should say. He's looking for a different thing. He calls me up, and we're once again having another one of those high school chit-chats where we end the conversation with heavy breathing and wondering who's going to hang up first. And over suddenly he says, hey, I have a great event that we could team up with and work with. Well, it's not exactly how the conversation went. It was a lot more detail-oriented, but this is a short show. So he turns into, he has been working with this group called the Northeast, right?
So the
Northeast Houndsmen.
Right.
And he's been working with them for 5 years now?
No, longer
than that.
Yeah, it's so those guys up there, I've known them as long as I've been in K9. It's kind of like
it's like 14, 15 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they started doing paralleling training very similar to the way I was doing training down here. So they offer seminars.
Okay. So they're a not a nonprofit organization.
Nonprofit. Yep.
Dedicated to bringing training, expert knowledge, and experience. So essentially these seminar styles, they're about a week long.
Right.
And they've been doing it, you said now, for about 15, 16 plus years, probably even longer, but you've been doing it. Yeah. And these are some of the smartest and detail-oriented trainers in this corridor.
So honestly, I would seek advice from them.
Yeah.
So if I find that I'm looking for troubleshooting, dog stuff's not individual.
It's team oriented. Yeah, you have to constantly look for different information.
And there's only so many people that you pick up the phone and you call them to say, hey, I need your advice.
Yes.
And these are those guys. And I could have, not to make you jealous, but an hour-long heavy-breathing conversation with all these guys. And they're just a great group of guys. They parallel their training with what we're doing here. And we really do mirror each other. Yeah.
Now they obviously with the houndsmen, they're working with bloodhounds, and bloodhounds listen, ladies and gentlemen, I know it's not the most common dog you're going to come across as a civilian and things like that, but when it comes into law enforcement, these types of dogs, they're sort of making a comeback in the industry of law enforcement. They're a great tool. They're a phenomenal tool, but when it comes into the knowledge of them, they do work differently than your normal Shepherd, Belgian Malinois, Yellow Lab. They just work differently. So when it comes down to an opportunity like this, in particular, to go up there and work with them. So Russ and I were talking, and Russ had asked if I may be interested in teaming up to go up there. And obviously the answer was yes. It was immediate. It was, I'll figure out everything. Let's go up there. Let's team up. And Russ introduced me to them. And the conversations continue to grow as we continue to share ideas and different points. And I got to meet these guys. They're absolutely amazing. They have a great organization that they've built over the years, working with these amazing canine teams all over the northeastern area of the United States. They're mainly Maine, Massachusetts, Rhode Island. That's their corridor but they hit everything. They hit everywhere.
They travel. These guys.
Yeah. So
they're passionate about it.
So if you guys are interested in joining or being a part of this, they don't just hit law enforcement. They work with a lot of civilians in tracking and teaching different educational points.
It's finding people that are lost, missing.
Yeah.
And using a dog to successfully locate people.
Right.
Is really the goal, and teaching that dog, the handler, on how to do the job and how to read the dog.
Right. So this is a great opportunity for not only Russ and myself, but Blue Line K9 Dog Talk. We're going to go up there this September. I believe the dates are from the 18th to the 24th, something like that. Yeah. I'll have to get you guys the dates, but listen, this is no joke. What I'm going to do is we're going to go up there with the cameras. We're going to film as much as we can, make some highlight videos, maybe do some quick lives, a Dog Talk episode with them while we're up there in September to get you the guys the information that we're going to be coming across. But what I'm really excited about with this one is when we were talking to them, the houndsmen don't really do a whole lot of patrol work. So when they're doing the tracking, they really started to add the patrol work he was saying about like 2 or 3 years ago, right. Just because they started to get more canine teams that have patrol dogs. Patrol dogs are the ones that do the physical apprehension of the suspect. So what I'm honored to be is because of my Charm City Decoy, hashtag Charm City Decoy. It's my decoy work. We're going to be going up there. We're going to be bringing some of our staff up there to do decoy work for them so that they can just focus on the stuff that they're good at instead of trying to worry about that, to offer even more services to the teams that they have coming up there to better serve the public, which is a phenomenal thing. And this is what is amazing about it, because this is what started the conversation between Russ and I on how we team up to give more back to you guys, which is what it's all about in this, and I think, I have to say, Russ, thank you. I mean, because honestly, it is a true honor that you would actually consider Blue Line K9 and us not only to partner with, but to put your name next to and stand up and put us up there with an organization that you've been with for that long of a period. It means the absolute world to me, and I know everybody else at Blue Line K9, for them, you have no idea, telling them the information, how excited they got. And I guarantee you now, anybody watching this is going to understand the level of meaning this is to us, because it truly means the world to know that we're seeing this level of respect out there. It means the world to us. And I'm so happy to have you here joining Blue Line K9, making Blue Line K9 yours, because the truth be told is, and I told you this on the phone, Blue Line K9 is not mine. Blue Line K9 is everybody's. Blue Line K9 is all about everybody here. It's a culture that we've developed since 2007, and every single person that has been a part of Blue Line K9 since 2007 is Blue Line K9. They are the ones that have built us. They are the ones that continue pushing us. They are the ones that are putting out the reason why we're doing Dog Talk, Stuck in a Truck, and everything else, man. So it truly means the absolute world to me, my staff, everybody, that you're here, and you're taking us to the next level. So I got to give you your hoodie. So he's not going to take the shirt off if you guys are watching live, but he doesn't want to put all of the husbands and boyfriends and all them out to shame. So, but here we're giving him a nice Blue Line K9 hoodie to wear. He's also getting some shirts to change over his uniform from Sid Happens to Blue Line K9. We'll be dressing him up, and he'll be camouflaged, and nobody can see. I'm kidding.
So I think if I stand behind your
if you
backdrop here,
can you see it
now?
If I know, I think you were the one I got the big kick out of the day that my wife took the picture of me sitting in front of it with the camo shirt, and it's like it finally worked where I blended in.
Right.
Yeah, it was one of those days.
So many things.
Yeah,
we're not said.
But, you couldn't see me then. That was the thinnest of my days. It was the only time I could say those things. So, Russ, without any further ado, do you have any last minute things you want to say before we sign off today's episode?
So, likewise, it definitely, I do see it as a community I'm joining. I'm excited. The team is definitely, a big part of Blue Line K9, and I'm so excited. This last month has been, just. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's been nuts.
It's one of the things, and I'm excited to,
Yeah, you've been working hand in hand with Holly for the past 3 weeks now. So, ladies, if you guys don't know Holly's our general manager of the entire company.
Holly doesn't work an 8 to 4, 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night. She's thinking, she's throwing things out there. And I think just as quickly I've been responding to her. So I think. Maybe she's thinking maybe he's asleep. I'll throw something out there so he has something to do tomorrow. But boom, off my plate, and just moving forward.
It's an amazing thing. When in 2007 when I filed the paperwork for Blue Line K9 to actually be a business, I never would have thought I would have met so many amazing people and been honored to have teamed up with these amazing people. And when I'm telling you, the word amazing is not even fair to say. It's not. It doesn't even do enough justice. When Jeff joined the team in Raleigh and he's building his position there in his first with Katie, and we have Teresa, Denise, Melanie, and so on and so forth as we continue to grow this company. But we're not growing for any other reason besides you, ladies and gentlemen. It's you guys that allows this company to continue to grow. It's because your guys' support, your thumbs up, your likes, your shares, your family referrals, your friends referrals. You are the ones that are telling us that what we're doing is what we're supposed to be doing, which is teaching, educating, and pushing the information out there to help you guys figure out who the right people and the right things to be doing with your dog to build the relationship like no other. I say it to the day I die, is that there is no right or wrong. As long as you're out there working your tuckus off to improve and build the relationship up, you're going to be doing the right thing. So, don't sit there and think that you've been screwing up and things like that. As long as you continue to move forward and work on things that you can improve on, you're going to find the information. And I appreciate you all watching, loving, liking, and sharing, and sending out those subscribes. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you all next week. See you guys.